one of the best animated shows to ever grace the screens of your TV. One of the best things I've watched in a while.
It's brutal, I would say.
Yeah.
Very brutal this season. Very gritty and realistic this season.
Right.
And a lot of frauds, but we'll get to them.
Fraud. After all this, even though Art puts up a front, he's human, and it makes sense. And it shows that like the impact of the devastation in Chicago, bro.
Yeah.
Space Racers defense 0. Space Racers attack 100.
Yeah.
But it opens him up to
Durability,
durability is 0. Exactly, right?
So he's important. Those who have read that.
Yes, he's important. He's very, very important to Mark's character in particular. Yes.
I understand Mark doesn't want to kill people. It's understandable. And he is afraid he's going to become Nola. If he accepts that Viltrumite nature of just ending anything that could be a threat to him. Who draws the line?
Yeah.
Mark can't finish the job. Mark is not that guy.
Right.
But in Mark's mind, you should have been dead. Why are you still alive? I'm going to kill you.
Yeah.
I didn't understand. It didn't make sense. Like that was just an exaggeration. Like it didn't make sense.
Hi guys, and welcome to New Film, where we talk about movies, series, and everything in between. It's weird, right? Yes. So today I've taken over Shuaib's seat as the host, and it's for one reason and one reason only. Today I'm talking about one of the best animated shows to ever grace the screens of your TV. For sure. One of the best things I've watched in a while.
Wow.
One of the, excluding animation, one of the best things, one of the best stories I've seen in a long time. And we are talking about
Today we're talking about Invincible.
Yes, today we're talking about Invincible. Invincible season 4 just wrapped up, and this season has been amazing. I think it's been up there with season 1 as one of the best seasons to come out.
Yeah.
And I think that especially the big bar showing up, and then all the look, we are going to get into it. So I'm here with two wonderful people who have also finished watching the series with me.
Yep.
One needs no introduction, but let's introduce yourself.
I'm Shuaib, and today I'm not your host.
Nice.
Right, and then we have
Alex. With Genesis. Right.
Yeah. All right, guys. So, before we even start, let's do a 1 minute overview. Like, what would you describe this season of Invincible to be? What will be your overall thoughts of this season?
One word: epic.
Wow.
This season was epic.
You know what's funny? Last year, in the thumbnail of the video for the review for season 3, we used epic in the background.
So you're doing the same thing.
Yeah. What do you think?
Me, I can't do it in one word like my friend
Sure.
Shuaib.
1 minute then.
But quickly, it was amazing, right? It's brutal, I would say.
Yeah.
Very brutal this season. Very gritty and realistic this season.
Right.
And a lot of frauds, but we'll get to them.
Fraud.
The fraud watch is wild.
We are watching
Anyway,
these people. Bro.
So today I'm going to go just before we get into the fraud list.
Yeah.
We are going to go through each episode one by one.
Nice.
Right. So the first episode, I've gotten the name, but we know what happened. It was when we were introduced to the dilemma of Mark killing people, and then they were trying to show his dichotomy. In terms of his splits, in terms of whether he should kill somebody for the greater good, or whether he's supposed to keep his moral compass and not kill people. And we also introduced the Dinosaurus, which I think that they could have fleshed out a little bit more.
Yeah.
But I mean, sure, maybe you come out in later seasons, right? But I think the first episode.
Also, he's important. Those who have read that.
Yes, he's important. He's very, very important to Mark's character in particular. Yes.
Yeah, because I was like, why is the villain of the week scratching Mark?
Yes,
racing?
exactly. Yes.
No way. You shouldn't be able to even scratch the plates.
But that is a power skill issue.
That's the issue.
Yes,
we'll talk about that. Yeah.
Right, but that was this episode 1. I think that they really. For there are a couple of people, maybe half of the audience, that are like, Mark should just kill people because Charlie, the stakes are too high for him to be dealing with the moral compass. And there's the other half that is saying that once he does that, he loses his humanity, And I think they did it well. Like at the end when he killed the guy who was anyway, I didn't say it, but spoilers, of course. I'm going to review the series.
Spoilers.
Yes, but I think that overall, I think the way they executed was good. Everybody was a bit shocked that he did that, but I think it was. What do you think? What do you think about the first episode?
Yeah. Yep. So first off, I understand the dilemma, and that's the thing. It's something Mark has been struggling with from the beginning. even after he swore that he's going to kill anyone who gets in the way after the events of was the big-headed guy's name?
Levy.
Yeah. Even though he has sworn, he's still, battling it, especially with the fact that he doesn't want to become like his father and all that. It is like a big thing for him.
Right.
So even though in the past he has made up his mind, we still see him questioning that decision. Is that the best thing to do? Should I decide to hold back? Because in the past I held back and this is what happened. Yeah. So now does it outweigh, the
lives that they can see?
Exactly. Right. And I think this is something that we see a lot in when it comes to like a lot of superhero content, why Batman has his no kill rule. And some people do and some people don't. And I think it's a very important...
Yeah, well, Batman lives on it, doesn't he? They are talking about world scale.
Bro.
Exactly,
this is...
Exactly.
Like, me, I'm saying Mark should be very practical. I'm sorry.
Yes.
But especially, he's working with Cecil. Cecil is the most practical guy in the show.
Yeah, but he's on fraud watch.
He's on fraud watch. Huge fraud watch, bro.
Yeah.
Because, think about it like this. I understand Mark doesn't want to kill people. It's understandable. And he is afraid he's going to become Nolan.
Yes.
Because if you become, if he accepts that Viltrumite nature of just ending anything that could be a threat to you, who draws the line, right? Yeah. And they say he's the strongest hero on earth, which is
the way I say
huge fraud. They say it. I mean, they say it in the show. Like, Mark is the strongest person. I'm like, okay, Vim. But fraud. He's a fraud. Okay. He's on the list. We have put Mark Grace
honestly,
on the list.
this season, the way they started.
From episode 1, he was on the front.
He was on the front.
No, but I'm saying this season, he was the strongest person on earth.
Yes, that's true.
But he's still a fraud.
A dinosaur scratching, no offense. I was arguing with a friend of mine on Discord. The woman who absorbs electricity.
Yes.
Yeah,
that fight should have been a one and done.
Yes,
I know they were trying to explain it away. I was like, no. It should have been one and done.
I think that particular episode, they were trying to show that, Eve was pregnant at the time, right? Yeah. And they were trying to show that her powers were being irregular. It's very high at a point and it's very low at a point. But I think that, look, one problem about power scaling is that you don't degrade one particular character's power just to highlight another.
Exactly.
You can show, and I think Swag was a bit of an example of that.
Yeah.
Nolan was still strong, but Charlie, they showed the difference between them. That Charlie, one is
one is way stronger.
I think even about that, and I feel like it's a big coup, and it's a big coup that the writers wrote into it. But maybe the fact, the reason why maybe Dinosaurus was able to scratch him and he was struggling with the woman at first is because when he saw the woman at first, he was like, "Stop! I don't want to hurt you. Let's talk." So during that fight, he was holding back and he wanted to get to understand. So the reason why Mark is able to be beaten sometimes because he's reasonable and holding back, even though that's a big coup.
And look, the secret, if one got out, it would have been over.
That would have been over.
So
for that, Mark was justified.
But look, he has to stop thinking like that, though.
2 seconds to finish with episode 1. So
he has to stop doing that, though. That thing where he holds back. He said it himself with the woman. You are taking our power. It's killing more people because people rely on power to survive.
Right.
So he knows the consequence of holding back. You hold back against someone like Conquest. We make the entire this one city. Guy did his ult like 17 times, bro. He was killing people. You hold back against someone like Nolan. Look at what happened in Chicago. Obviously, even if he went full force, he can't do anything. He still can't do anything.
Ass whooping.
Capital fraud. He was a capital fraud.
They beat the hell out of him. That one is true. But he has to literally has to start locking in. And I mean, he kind of did when he killed the second guy.
So let's just move on. So that was the first episode. I think it was a very solid entry.
And then the
only problem is probably they didn't really. They changed the skill. So the first one was talking about villains on Earth and whether he's supposed to kill or not against his moral compass. But then because most of this season moved to space, that moral dilemma didn't exist anymore because the skills were so large. Right? So let's move from episode 1. Let's go
Mark
to
Fraud Watch. First person on the list.
All right. So episode 2 was called I'll Give You the Ground Tour. Right? And that was where they gave us the background on the sketch virus.
That was a crazy episode.
That was wild, bro. That was so. I think look, Viltrum is one crazy
messed
place,
up.
It's messed up.
I mean, I think as your adulting ritual, your mom and dad beats the hell out of you
to death.
Everything.
If you survive,
and bro, and the mother man, Charlie.
Did you see the scene where I mean,
The mom
Nolan
just
hit
hates
her.
them.
Yeah.
She was flying back,
And
and
then
the
he just
husband just whacked
Way
her.
out of the way,
Yeah, bro.
bro.
Yeah, bro.
The whole society.
She was
the-
kept stomping
right.
him.
The whole
Bro.
society. You see the way I think on Earth right now, society is built on wealth and people who are able to make influence. There's strength.
Yeah.
You are either
Yeah.
strong or
Yeah,
you are.
if you are
I mean,
weak, you need to
the
be
guy
weeded out.
literally just he taught some kids, and he was like, "All of you go and fend for food, and then I'll see you."
What do you mean by kids? You
Yeah.
like
Go and
we're like
fight for
5
food.
years
He was
old.
like,
Yeah, you're right.
If you survive to tomorrow, you come and fight
And
again.
then
Exactly.
he said, "At least 2 of you will die."
Right.
And I was like,
Right.
"Okay, Vim,
Right.
this is the world
Even
they
the
live in,
kids,
right?" Yeah,
when the perch came in, the way they jumped
were
each other,
purging
I was
themselves.
like, bro, what?
Right.
they were purging themselves.
But the
Ah,
whole
that's
idea, I
crazy.
think one of the things that they were trying to also do was show us that those who survived from the Scourge virus were the strongest of the lot.
Yeah.
And that goes to show how strong Nolan actually is. Because if he
Yeah.
survived it way back when he was young,
Yeah.
he is one of the tough guys.
Even it goes to show us Nolan's mentality and why he is the way he is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I mean, like, they genocided your people.
Yeah.
So you understand that you have to do everything you can to at
Yeah.
least get back to the top.
Right.
But it also says, it shows us that, like all of you have
Yeah.
said,
Yeah.
I'm going to add, they're all on fraud watch. All 50 Viltrumites are on fraud watch. The remaining, they're all on the list. 50
Anyway,
Viltrumites.
we get to that, but also they did
get to it.
it was a buddy cop between
Yeah.
Nolan
Yeah,
and
yeah, I
then
think
Alan the
Alan
alien,
and Nolan,
where
yeah.
they were looking for. I think that was beautiful.
was
I think it was
brilliant.
always good to see. It showed Nolan's effort, and it was so
Yeah.
funny where anytime he just apologizes, that was like enough.
And it shows
Yeah.
You know?
how crazy
Yeah.
it is for a Viltrumite just to wait, have a conversation with you.
Right,
And
right.
just say, I'm sorry.
right.
Bro.
They're all
Right.
shocked. They're like,
They're like,
even you
huh?
see it from the people they are interacting
Yeah.
with. Like, is that a Viltrumite?
Viltrumite?
Like,
Right,
just
right,
walking
right,
amongst us,
right.
apologizing and everything.
Yeah.
They
Speed
never say
Racer,
it.
you trapped
Space
him in
Racer,
a border
yeah.
for hundreds of years.
He's
Yeah.
on the list, bro. He's on
No,
the list.
He's
Space
on
Racer,
the
we
list
get to
now. He's on the
the
list now. But then, yeah, he was like, you trapped me. And then Nolan was
Again,
like, I'm
Space
sorry.
Racer is
And
not about his offense. Okay, wait, hold on. Let me explain this well. Space Racer's defense 0.
Yeah.
Space Racer's attack 100.
Yeah.
But it opens him up to
Durability
all,
zero.
Durability is zero, exactly, right?
He has
So
nothing, bro.
and also the way his thing works is that it keeps going.
Yeah.
He can't be just blasting
Yeah,
it anyhow.
yeah, oh,
That
yeah.
is true.
Yeah.
He has
But
to be
think about
calculated.
it, yeah.
Glock.
But think
He
about
can't
it
put-
like this.
yeah.
So the guy was trapped under rocks for how many 100 years?
That's what
That's
strength
fraud.
zero.
How strong is the
Durability
rock?
zero.
Yes.
Vemo.
Do you know that's
blast
exactly
through the rock.
that's the opposite of Brit.
Yeah.
Brit, if he fights a Viltrumite, I don't know whether you know about Brit's powers, but Brit
Yeah.
is basically Brit is the
Invincible.
real Invincible. Yeah.
He's
He's
the real
Brit is
Invincible.
the real Invincible.
Okay.
Like, he actually can be
Yeah.
a little bit from the comic spoiler alert, but it's not a spoiler alert because he's talking about
He has
this, but
100% durability.
he has 100% durability.
Then maybe
Nothing can harm
20%
him.
strength.
But his strength is like peak human, so let's say like Captain America in that
okay.
sense, right? And so if they could get Brits, Space Racers were that would have been
Bro.
it. That would have been
been it.
something I would have been.
Yeah.
I'd have given,
That
but
would have
yeah.
been-
but
yeah.
at that moment, yes, it's on fraud watch.
But even
fraud
Brit
watch,
is on
bro.
fraud watch.
Yeah, he too. He too.
Oh,
Same
sorry.
thing. Bro. He's on fraud. I mean, I like him. He's practical. He's
Yeah.
like,
Sorry.
follow my orders
Sorry,
or
before you
no.
continue, the entire Guardians of the Globe,
All
they
fraud
are
watch.
all on fraud watch.
Yeah.
Because what do
Right,
you mean?
Right. Well,
What do you mean, bro?
Well, that was episode.
You
10.
know what? I can
Oliver
accept.
is stronger than every single Guardian. Oliver.
Yeah. But I can
Bro.
accept that Monster Girl is doing well.
Yeah.
Monster Girl is actually doing well.
Yeah,
They
try,
don't
yeah.
really show that she's
Yeah.
failing.
But
She
she's
actually
Hulk.
fights
She's
something
a heavy,
stronger.
she's a heavy
basically
hitter.
Hulk.
Heavy hitter, yeah.
Yeah,
She
basically
is a
Hulk.
heavy
She's trying her
hitter,
best.
so-
She's trying her best.
I think episode 2 was good. I'll give it.
Oh, yeah,
Episode
it
1
was
was like
very good.
8. Episode 2 is like 8.5
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
something like that. That was pretty good.
Sorry.
Episode 3, that was a Titan episode. Now a lot of people they're
Filler.
mixed on it. It's like I don't think it's filler as
It's
the
not
next
filler,
one, but
really.
I think look, Titan. I understand why they want to flesh out the world, right?
Yeah.
The Titan. Some people like his
And also
his-
like
his-
the order, the whole story of like the order, the,
Yes,
the
yeah,
order.
yeah.
So they have
Some people
to,
hate that whole arc because it doesn't really add to the bigger story, the main story actually.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you like the Titan arc, I mean, it was
yeah,
it
that's
was
the
an
thing.
interesting
It
arc.
shows you the world because we're
Yeah,
all thinking
yeah.
about Mark and his perspective. It shows you the other side
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
world. So that's like very good story building.
Right.
And it's always fun to see a dragon on screen. So.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Even
Exactly.
if they are pixelated and then
Yeah,
you
the
can see
animation.
it moving like this, it's still good to see a
I
dragon
think
on screen.
yeah, that guy. I don't know. They should just kill him off, man.
It was
Anyway,
funny.
yes, and then also that was the same episode that the Swagsons came again.
Yeah.
And that
The
is where I
Swagsons-
think I'll put Mark on fraud watch. Now, tell me why the Swagsons have come with just some. I know they are
The Flaxons.
no, but the Flagsons, yes,
Yeah.
they had come with enhanced tech, right? But whatever the case is, there is no way Mark should have been struggling with them.
Yeah, the Foxers are like
no way.
And you hear the Invincible Glazers. They are like, they were building that thing to fight against Omni-Man. Get that thing out of my kitchen. Get that soup out of my kitchen. What do you mean? What do you mean? He was like guy was literally struggling against these
They
things.
told us that Mark is like 100 times stronger than he was on the first season.
Exactly.
You can't tell me that and show me
this guy. No one was saying he's getting as strong as me. He says this in this season.
Mark keep getting stronger, but he always gets his ass.
That's why he's at the top of the list, bro. Look at
that episode. He was on.
He's at the top.
That episode was.
That was whole episode.
Yes, but then Robot and Monster Girl getting into the other was also interesting.
Yeah.
That was like a 7.5, also 8. It was not. Yeah,
it wasn't bad.
It was semi-filler. But let's go to the real filler episode, the Ham episode. I'm not going to say, man. Let me just use 30 seconds to say what I'm saying. Robert Kirkman, watch me.
Charlie,
look, I get it. Like, I guess maybe you have had some ideas about the show that you wanted to add, right? But now we are invested in what you did. Just give us what you did. All this.
Dark blood,
bro.
It was us law of the previous,
bro.
Why is Satan good? Like, what are we doing?
Like, yes, why is Satan good? Like
what do you mean?
He's on fraud watch.
He's on fraud watch. Exactly. You took
your whole Satan, you got your crown back, and they are beating you. If Invincible wasn't there, all of them would have been cooked.
Oh yeah,
they all have been blended. I thought when he got his crown, he'll actually be like the devil, but
I think it was just for me, after I finished watching the episode, it was like I don't know, it was like a character that was created that has the names, because it's just, honestly, fraud, bro. There's nothing much I can say. It was a filler episode. It was the Great Divide in Avatar. That kind of filler.
Even the Great Divide in Avatar.
It was cool because it talked about. But anyway.
Brain lickers,
we talk the truth, bro.
I think that episode, the only thing that stood out for that episode was the whole Mark finding his identity, changing his suits, finding the love in being.
Are you telling me that could have been added to the next episode or before they could have added 5 minutes to the previous episode to do it,
Charlie?
So for that episode, it's and it had the lowest rating, like 6 point something, and I think it's fair because if you see the trajectory of where the episode were going to, and all of a sudden,
because
literally they went down.
Yeah, it's all gas, and then they pull the brakes, like they hit the brakes instantly. With that.
Yeah, so that episode,
and you can't tell me he got some character development, because at the end of the day, he seems the same. He's still on the list, bro.
When did they release the first 3 episodes initially? I think the first 3. So this was the episode that we had to wait for the next week,
bro.
Yeah. I think that's all part of the reason why it was not good, because we had to wait a whole week, and this is what we got. Robert Kirkman, do better.
Bro,
I mean, we still like you, but
next like episode, your series.
Give us a moment. Now, this solidified this as one of the best in terms of voice acting. Bro, Nolan came back. Give us a moment. Nolan came back and met with Debbie. Yeah, oh my gosh, that generational acting. I mean, your ex-husband calls you a pet, kills so many people, and is coming back to try.
Names your son.
Beats the
say whatever you say about Nolan, but Nolan got a game, bro.
He doesn't have any game, bro.
He got game. What
did he say? He doesn't have any game.
Listen, right now he's using sympathy race.
Because the thing is, anyone who has done what he has done, even in real life,
want to see them again.
Guys have done just so little, but there is no way for them back. But he, upon all this, he still has a way back in, bro.
And then he carries her into the spaceship.
We are going to find
that's fine.
They go there.
In this particular conversation,
they still go there.
He said something I've forgotten, but he said something that he was not supposed. Yes, he said he didn't love.
And that's the thing. Nolan has solidified himself as a liar in this season.
Yes.
Because he's telling everyone different stories everywhere he goes.
He just wants to put up a good front in front of everybody, and at the cost of lying.
Yeah. And the thing is, we are sympathizing with him, but he keeps lying, and we're like,
But the thing is, I don't think he's lying though. You see, I think he's telling the truth. He's a Viltrumite. They don't know how to handle emotions. Think about it like this. After everything he's done in season 1, what more can a man come and say?
Yeah.
What do you expect him to come and say or do, you people?
But I think
if you did this
again, hold on. Do you know why what he said was wrong?
Yeah.
Because one, you let Mark bring Oliver. Well, you didn't let, but
he's a deadbeat too.
Yeah, he's a deadbeat. Yes,
he didn't even bring the milk.
Your ex-wife is
your
ex-wife is raising your son, and you come and tell your ex-wife that you didn't love the son's
Baby
mother. Like what is
Yeah,
that? What?
that one he was trying to use like.
That's what I'm saying.
I
He's
still
a
love
liar.
you. I didn't love that
Bro,
person.
come on, let's
And
be-
that's why it hurt him.
Bro, yeah, come
But
on.
right now,
That
he has
was the
sympathy
worst
rates.
thing
All
you
of them
have
are.
said, yes.
All of
And
them are.
I
They are
think
sorry
one,
for him.
One thing too in that episode was
Yeah.
how he
Yes.
had a casual
Hey,
conversation
Charlie,
when
that-
he left. I was like,
I felt it. I
I
really
really
felt
felt.
it.
I really
Yeah, I
felt
felt
You're
that.
afraid he could kill you at any
Yes.
moment.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and that's the
exactly.
thing,
Yeah.
and that's like small moments like these are why the writing, especially for the show, is so good because it shows that after all this, even though Art puts up a front, he's
Yeah.
human,
Right.
and it makes sense,
Yeah.
and
Right.
it shows that like the impact of the devastation in Chicago, bro.
Yeah. Like, he
that's
really
crazy.
I
met
think,
everything.
I think that his reintroduction to Earth was amazing. I understand why they didn't put Cecil there. So they put Cecil's interaction with him in a different
Later.
episode.
Yeah.
But I think this episode was good. But that's even just the first
Cecil
quarter of
Ford
it.
Bro.
And then they move to space and we see one of the best villains we've seen. One of the best villains for me in terms of just like pure
Just
villainy.
strength, yeah, just powerful.
Conquest shows up
Strength.
again. And my gosh, what
And
a fight.
The thing about Conquest is that his character is so interesting. Like
He's
he's memorable. He's just
chaos. He's a joker.
Yeah.
He's a joker basically.
He's a joker.
He's
He
just
likes
chaos.
to play. He likes to
incarnate.
play with his
food.
prey.
Right, right.
I mean, Conquest is a true Viltrumite, like in the truest sense.
Yes,
Yeah.
in the
You
in the
go-
purest sense.
You are
exactly.
You are supposed to just rule over, destroy everything, stomp
Yeah.
over everything.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's what he does.
Just impose
and he did
strength and that's
exactly
it. Yeah,
that.
Yeah.
And
He
the,
did exactly
the thing
that. And it's
about
for me,
Conquest is, I think Conquest going into this fight, he just left Earth, and then he went to Viltrum. When he left Earth, the first thing he said was, "The boy let me live."
Yes.
So in his mind, Mark is weak.
Yes.
Because
yes.
Mark
he couldn't
let
finish
him
the
live.
job. Yeah.
Mark can't finish the job. Mark is
Right.
not that guy.
Right.
But in Mark's mind, you should have been dead. Why are you still alive?
Yeah.
I'm going to kill you.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that was
So
when.
Cecil,
Right. Right.
But yeah,
Fraud
Cecil,
watch.
when I catch you, Cecil,
Cecil
bro.
fraud watch. But
Cecil
I
fraud
think that
watch.
also the way his interaction, like with Mark, you know, I can't wait to drink your friend's blood again.
bro, like his lines are cold blooded.
Right?
Yeah.
It's just so
Cold-blooded.
vile and raw and terrible and
Like,
in all the best ways.
Bro,
Yeah.
because all the Viltrumites they've shown so far,
Yeah.
the one person that gives me creeps, like, and I'm always, my hairs are
Yeah.
standing.
He's
Yeah.
not on
Conquest.
fraud
Yes,
watch.
yes,
Yeah, he
yes.
is not on
He's
fraud
not
watch
focused
at
on
all.
fraud watch, yes.
Right.
And I think that the way he appeared, Oliver.
Bro.
Okay, it got some punches in, but I think that because he's gotten a little bit faster.
Yeah.
But that's it.
And that's the thing, because
But it was like a massage, right? Like you're just hitting
the
the
thing
back
is,
small.
because Ed
Charlie.
is so weak and other people are so weak. On Ed, Oliver is a boss.
Yeah.
So when he goes
Yeah.
to space,
Yeah.
he still thinks he's a boss, and he
Right.
doesn't listen.
Right.
But also, he's like 2 years, 3
Right.
years.
Anyway, so the fight goes on, and then
Yeah. He gave us
Oliver
that brutal
loses
scene.
breath, and he
Yeah.
goes to and then Conquest appears. That scene was so crazy.
That
man.
scene.
Bro.
So
me,
crazy.
I
The
I
memes
literally
from
thought,
that particular
I
film
really
alone.
thought he was come to breathe out, but this guy was going to slap him so hard.
And I think
the breath down
yes,
come
yeah,
out would
yeah.
have
It would have
broken.
just broke, yes. And
Bro.
then for me, that the beauty of that scene is that it showed that as soon as Conquest appeared, Mark quickly swooped in to hold it so that he didn't get to
Yeah.
get in when he got
And
to
the the point is that Oliver didn't even see anything. He was like, "What just
was
happened?"
just
Yeah.
It
blanket
just
and
shows
missed it, yeah.
how
Yeah.
behind
Yeah.
Oliver
yeah,
is.
yeah,
very
yeah.
good.
Oliver there. He's on permanent.
Watch, bro.
He's permanent watch. He's permanent watch.
I like
Permanent
him.
watch.
Just put
He
him
has
on permanent
heart.
watch.
The boy has
Come
heart.
on, let's be
the boy
serious.
has
Would
heart.
you, with a class
The boy,
one
the,
player,
the boy
no
is,
matter how good you are as
Yeah.
a 5-year-old, you won't go and play with the
play
big
the
boys.
big boys.
You will not go and play with the big boys.
he has heart.
Like,
he has
What?
heart.
What? How to kill you? How to kill you?
That's why he's almost always dying.
Yeah,
but you can
no.
also say the same as about Mark. He's almost always dying.
Mark cry. At least Mark can do something.
He's almost always dying.
Anyway, so
You-
and then Mark holds
Yeah.
his neck and it's like, bro, I am not letting go.
Oh,
and
this
this
time,
leads
yeah.
to one of the most
Brutal.
disgusting, brutal scenes I have
Ever.
ever seen. And this is, I've watched The Boys, so I've seen very disgusting things, right?
Yeah.
But
You've
this
seen The
one,
Boys, God.
I felt my.
At some
I
point, you have
felt-
to look away.
Yes.
Yeah.
For the first
I was
time, actually,
eating.
for the
I was
first time
actually
since
eating.
season 1, I actually had to look away for a second.
Yeah.
The guy was pulling his guts
Nah, that
out.
Bro.
My God.
And you are thinking to yourself, he's kind of human though.
Yeah,
So all
yeah.
the guts you are seeing, it could be you. It could be you that you are pulling the guts out for.
It was crazy. Wow.
It was crazy.
So yeah, so that was that scene. That fight was he held to his neck. They both died. I think I don't know. I feel like they should have shown them cutting Conquer's head off, because if they can heal from very, very extreme
like
wounds.
damage.
Yeah, but my point to that is Nolan was there when he died. If Nolan can confirm he's dead,
No, my point is just to keep the
if Nolan
the
confirms
logic.
he's dead.
No, I'm saying that just to keep the logic consistent, because we've seen that if you pull out their guts, they can.
No,
heal.
but the thing is, for Viltruma, it's their heart and their brain, their heart and their head. So he's suffocated.
Good. Now I'll ask you a
There's
question.
no way
Now I'll ask you a question.
Once your heart shuts down, his heart shuts down.
So when THRAGG entered Nolan's body, it was not his heart.
No.
Yeah. So Viltruma, their hearts are here.
No, but that's what, according to the comics, is you either take the head off or
But
you
Shuaib,
take.
here's the thing.
That's why
though.
Conquest always says, "I'll eat your heart."
Yeah, but here's the
once you eat their heart,
inconsistency though. Here's the
Oh
inconsistency.
yeah, as for that one,
These
there's
people
always
hold their
inconsist-
breath and fly through space all the time.
Bro.
It's literally his MO.
Yeah.
He goes through planets like he's going through the entire
Yeah,
galaxy.
they say they can hold their breath for
conquering-
2
They
weeks,
can hold
yeah.
their breath that long. If you are telling me that he held him for how many minutes and killed him,
No,
it's
but he was
fake.
already
It's
out
fake.
of
Hold on.
He
So
was
that,
already
so
out
like
of
the
it.
logic,
for how
the
long?
logic. There was
For how
a
long,
science.
really?
There was a science guy on Twitter who was trying to
Yeah.
explain that it was not. He didn't die
He
because
was
of out of
choking-
breath. He died because he didn't get oxygen to his brain
To
or
his
air
brain.
to his brain, so he
Yeah.
got brain dead. But
Exactly.
but the thing is that if you can heal from very extreme wounds, I think that you can heal from brain.
Can
dead.
you from that one
But
too?
so that's
As a
what I'm saying. For me
Viltrumite.
to have maintained the consistency of the logic, they should have just cut.
Put your hand through
they
his
just-
head.
They just showed maybe Nolan cutting his head off to separate it, right? You know. And so for me, that was one of the problems. But again, the fight was beautiful. It was
beautiful.
amazing. It was you could see the budgets like add $5 extra to this.
Charlie,
fight.
yeah, they
You know,
put
like,
more money
it
in
just
there.
felt like yes, they put in a little bit more.
No matter
effort
what
into
you
it.
say, I'm never going to defend Invincible animation, even
Yeah.
even when it's good.
Right.
Charlie,
Okay,
you don't
so
want them
let's-
to get complacent.
Let's move on to
because
the next
sometimes
episode.
they
Let's
do.
move on to the next
Yeah.
episode.
Sometimes
Because we
the
have-
animators are on fraud watch too. We are putting animators.
Sometimes,
Yeah.
oh,
No.
90% of the
The
time.
Most of the
animators are
time
not
they are
on
on fraud
fraud
watch.
They're there.
It's Prime that is on
But
fraud.
you see, the
fraud
thing
watch.
is that
They're not giving
I think
them
they should
enough
just
money.
give them enough money so you can get more
Yeah.
animation.
They should give
Because
them-
I like the
yeah.
fact that they're
They
releasing it
spend so
every
much
year.
money
Yeah.
on voice acting. The kind of
Oh,
people
Charlie.
they bring.
1
to even
second and
play
then-
small roles.
Bro,
Anyway,
they
let's
said
move
some
on.
Famous actor. He did growling sounds in the
Yeah,
background.
yeah.
Are we
yeah,
serious?
We
yeah,
had
yeah.
John Hamm doing the voice of some random security
Right,
guy.
right. Okay, so then we have episode 6, right? Which was You Look Horrible. Now that shows Mark healing,
Yeah.
and then Oliver and Nolan getting to know each
From
other.
inside.
You know that I think that was fine.
That's what
Oliver
we
is a
see.
child, so
Yeah,
no
yeah.
children they'll forgive easily, they'll move on
Yeah.
easily. Mark, you need to do a little bit more to get him back on your.
And the thing about Oliver is that right from the beginning, he has always looked up to Omni-Man. Maybe because he wasn't there when Omni-Man was doing all the atrocities, but he has always looked up to Omni-Man.
Yeah.
So I felt like it would have been easier for him to connect because he already
He already
deep in his
idolized
heart,
him.
He idolized him. He wanted to build that connection.
Yeah.
Yeah. In that episode, we also got to see Nolan's chef skills.
Yeah, by the way, Laurent, he's a chef, but he's also on the fraud watch, bro. He was fighting some
No,
centipede.
but one thing,
bro,
one,
I'm sorry.
one thing I've noticed about Invincible is that the animals or the creatures in their
creatures
vest
are
are
very
very
tough.
strong.
Yeah.
They're tough.
They're
I'll
all
give it to them.
kaiju levels because
Yeah.
almost every time they fight a creature, they struggle.
They
No matter-
struggle.
even in season 1, when Nolan and Invincible were fighting that kaiju. So I think even though he's on fraud watch,
It's on
but
fraud watch still, bro.
he's a
Right.
creature.
I think
so
that another
the
thing is
creatures
that
are-
well, in terms of the movie itself, you have a mole and you're not actively doing something to find the mole rather than. I think that was just a little bit fraud of Thaddeus. You can't be telling me that and then you don't.
and that's,
you're
and
not
that's the thing.
searching
You're
for the
always
mole, you're
saying,
not doing-
"Oh, there's a mole, there's a mole."
There's a-
What
like,
are you
I
doing
did-
about
But Thaddeus,
it?
maybe you
As
are the
the
mole.
leader of the
Yeah,
police,
you are the
At
mole,
the point,
bro.
as the leader, what are you
I was
doing
watching
about
people,
it?
People are suspecting him. People have known what the comics. They
Yeah.
were suspecting. I'm like,
Yeah.
guys, really.
Yeah,
Anyway.
obviously it's not him, but like, yeah.
And
he's
that
not
was
doing
and that was
anything.
the episode that people put THRAGG on fraud watch. Now look
He
at me,
was
guys.
on
guys,
fraud
guys,
watch.
look at me.
I put
look
him
at
on
me,
fraud
look
watch
at
as
me.
well.
You cannot put somebody on fraud watch when you have not seen him fight. I don't care what you say. You cannot put him on.
No, no, fraud watch for
Let
his
me
fights.
counter this. Relax.
He was not on
relax,
fraud watch for his
relax,
fights.
Relax. I'm going to counter this because you've introduced him as Grand Regent, the biggest, bad, strongest. Now, what do we see? We see a guy who is talking
Obsessed
to
with
a
the
score,
score.
obsessed.
No, that's
go
fine,
behind, going up and
But they
down.
didn't say that he was not
His
emotional.
character design. That's the thing.
His character design
we
is the
haven't-
fraud.
We haven't seen him fighting
Yeah.
yet, but his character design
It's fraud.
based on what you've imagined. You've told us that. You've shown us the past of Viltrum. They are this, they are
To be
this.
fair.
For the peak. And he's supposed to be the peak, the pinnacle of.
Who has been training his
the
entire
Viltrum.
Have you
life.
seen his stature?
But no, listen though. They say he's been trained from childbirth till his entire life.
It doesn't mean you get jaws. It doesn't mean you get jaws.
But that
it doesn't mean you get jaws.
No, it means that guy looks like an uncle, bro.
He's supposed to have peak genetics. Look
Bro.
at Nolan's.
Look at his jaw.
But he just has a little bit of flesh here. Doesn't mean he doesn't have jaws.
He looks
bro.
a wee bit chubby.
I think that
Bro.
in hindsight I can see why they did, because they were trying to lean into his more thoughtful, not thoughtful,
like
but
his psychological.
Yes, his
this
psychology.
one.
Yes,
Then again, coming from you're trying to convince me that this guy is reasonable. Someone who started the
Oh
page.
no. Yes. Reasonable, no. But I'm saying like someone who
He's devoted to the Viltrum
yes, but
Empire.
also he can calm down to reason. Unlike Conquest, right?
Yeah.
He can calm down to reason and say that okay, maybe this decision is a bit too rash. Of course, the purge was a little bit extreme.
And I think for that one, I understand.
It was emotional. It was an emotional
It was emotional
response,
because he let Thaddeus
Yes, he felt
live,
responsible.
and
Yes,
then
exactly.
so it was like, nah.
Yeah.
I showed
Some of
weakness,
you,
and because of that, my dear Argyle is there.
He loves Argyle so much. I don't know what they were doing.
Right,
Bro,
right.
I don't know what he was
Yeah,
doing with him when he was alive. But
But that was that was the episode that they put a lot of people were.
put
But,
him on
but
front,
the next episode, which was episode 7, do not do anything rash.
But yeah, before we go,
in 10 seconds.
Fraud Watch. Craig was on Fraud Watch that episode.
bro, it's true.
All the Viltrumites were on Fraud Watch.
All of them.
Alan was on. Alan has been on Fraud Watch for a long time.
Alan,
And
yeah, I can't put Alan on
Jacket-
board.
I would have
Carry-
listen. No, I would have left him out of Fraud Watch, especially when that scene where they were beating him in, and he was like, "Oh, it doesn't hurt that much. I'll let them capture me."
It's true.
That was
Look,
respectable.
I think
That's the
but
thing.
ever
what I
since
was
then,
saying,
it looks like now he's
there's
getting hurt.
inconsistency. Yes,
They
because
show-
you
they
can't show me
show
Anessa. Anessa gives him a punch. It doesn't affect him. He gives Anessa one punch and he's
And
bleeding, and he's struggling with other Viltrum.
And he's
Yeah.
struggling with other ones. I'm like, bro,
Exactly.
he's on
Yeah.
Fraud
When
Watch
he was
now.
fighting the Viltrumite with Nolan, he was like a powerhouse.
Yeah,
But now,
yeah.
I mean, Kirkman said that basically he writes the story and he doesn't really care about power scaling.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
more
but
about
you
but
can't-
you
that's
can't
just
do
being
that in an
lazy. Yeah, you can't do
action.
that. You
You
can't-
can't
yeah.
do it in a whole
This is a
all-based
very
action
action
comic.
heavy.
This
Yes,
one.
it's a action heavy. You have to
can't
care
do
about
it.
power scaling.
Exactly.
Because
how
it
do
will
you
break.
know when I am supposed to be afraid for a hero? Or
Right.
this
That's why
one?
I like
You don't
Avatar.
know.
Sorry to bring Avatar in, but like that's
But
why
like,
Avatar
bro,
is still one of the best shows ever, because they
It's
give
good,
you
bro.
they give you a magic
But
system that makes sense, and
that's-
you understand it throughout.
But the
Exactly.
thing is, and I don't want us to divert from where we're going. In Avatar, everyone's powers are still grounded within a bit of
It's just
reasonability.
magic system, yeah.
So you can't compare Avatar power scaling to Invincible because
Yes, it's just Superman.
Yeah.
Classic Superman
Exactly,
problem.
Exactly.
Yes.
So-
Anyway, so
But
let's.
still, they could keep it a little bit,
yes,
you know.
Fair enough,
consistent.
fair enough,
That-
fair
I
enough.
agree on
Consistent.
that.
Fair enough.
Power scaling
Episode.
is
So we get to the fight, and that's when swag really comes, bro. That
was-
bro. Aura maxing one.
Bro was
billion.
airbending. Charging off
First
the
off,
point.
let's talk about
go.
the
Before
weave. Like, let's talk about that. First off, his aura standing there just waiting for them.
Yeah.
Bro.
And
He
then
didn't even move.
he didn't.
I mean,
bro.
even this guy, Speed Racer, was shooting
Yeah,
the
they
blast
shot, and
everywhere.
he didn't even
And
look at
move.
it.
Yeah.
He was just there.
You guys have been
get
saying
faced.
speed racer,
Bro.
space racer
It's
before
space
they come
racer,
before they come for your
before they
neck.
come and get us. The fans.
Yes.
Yeah, but
Charlie,
he's still a
and then
fraud, bro.
I think
No,
bro,
he's not a
Charlie,
fraud.
and
No,
then
he's a
the
fraud.
weave,
We'll
and
go
then he hits the guy, becomes a comet, goes, and by the time
Bro.
he gets down, he's there.
He's already there,
Charlie,
Yeah.
bro.
that like he gained his aura back 100%.
Yeah.
And then
I'm
the
part of the
airbending
people who had to apologize
Oh yeah,
for the slander.
yeah.
Oh, Charlie.
Because
Yeah.
You apologize, man. I
Yeah.
didn't. I'm like, bro,
Grand
he's not a
reason.
fraud for. He's not
For
a fraud
his-
for
yes,
strength.
strength.
He's a fraud for like the design and everything.
All
And
right.
also I'm sorry, but I didn't think that the voice acting was the best.
In the
Me,
first
I wanted something better. I wanted
Yes.
like
I
I wanted Vox Machina,
at the beginning-
Thorak, the dragon.
No,
That's
I
the
don't
voice
think
acting
every
I want.
villain should
the
have a very
beginning-
deep
at the
voice.
It doesn't
guys.
need to be deep, but it needs
Yes.
to be menacing.
No.
The
The guy's not menacing to
Alex,
me.
Alex,
He's not menacing.
At the beginning,
Until he showed the strength, he wasn't
at the
menacing. I'm
beginning,
sorry.
I was agreeing with you because
Yeah.
he has to be deep voice menacing. But when I got to watch the next episode,
Oh yeah, the next
I
episode,
was
yeah,
like,
he
the
came
thing
out
is,
from the
he's
front.
supposed to be
Be a
sort of
like the leader,
Yeah.
reasonable leader,
Sort of.
trying to be. If you think about it, that's how Aga was. Aga was like, what do you think? He was
By
quiet
the way,
until he has to
Agal is
speak.
also on Fraud Watch. What do you mean Thaddeus talking about like that?
Charlie, cut him
I
off
think that's
guard.
why
Cut
they didn't
him
show
off
it.
guard.
That's
Cut
why
him
they
off
didn't show it.
guard.
But
They
but-
no screened him. They no screen like no,
Yes,
don't give him a
exactly.
screen
But
time. Crap.
honestly, Thrag really, Charlie,
Yeah.
the guy.
I mean, the guy was blocking with
he
his
is
hairline.
to Viltrumites what Viltrumites are to humans. Somebody
Yeah.
said on Twitter, I'm
Yeah,
not my coach,
yeah,
but like
yeah, that's
he
crazy.
was so like the way he did Nolan, he punched Nolan. Nolan was still
overpowered.
going. He came up to beat other people,
Bro.
and he was still going.
He punched Nolan and formed a meteorite. You could see that.
Bro,
that was
and then
crazy.
I think they were trying to also show that he and Nolan were friends, which doesn't make too much sense in the timeline. But I have to go and write a timeline now to figure out. Because
the thing is, I won't say friends. He knew him and he respected him.
yes, because Nolan was
And
one of
that's
the
the
most
thing.
more
Nolan is-
respected.
yeah, Nolan has-
apparently, yeah.
When they showed what Nolan did for the Viltrum Empire
Yes,
and how
yes.
ruthless he
Because
was.
I'm guessing he was one part of the people. Like if you look at it, they were the ones who he was able to subdue the Ragnars.
Yeah.
He was like a lot of
and
things. He was
He did a lot of things
He
for
kept the threats to the Viltrum
yes,
Empire
and-
at bay.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I get that. And then we have Oliver being useless. Well, not useless. Being rash as usual.
He's rash
He got
and
his
he's
yeah. And then we have Space. Now let me talk about. I didn't talk about Space Racer in the
Space
beginning.
Racer
Now you
is
guys
not
say
a
he's fraud. I said that.
He's
look,
not a fraud.
The guy
At the beginning, I thought he was a fraud, but then he wasn't
he
a
is
fraud.
0% durability, but 100% attack.
Yeah.
So if you get it, if you hold him, that's it.
Yeah.
He
Right.
had
That's
more
why.
kills.
If you realize Nolan, when Nolan was fighting him in the beginning, they were trying to do close combat, so
Yeah.
it doesn't get to aim
Yeah.
and
Shoot.
shoot.
Yeah.
So that's why they punch him, and that's the one point that I'll give to Tech Jacket that he came to save him. That's the only thing I'll
And
say.
the thing is that you are saying he's a fraud, but let's do kill count. He has more kills than.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
Allen.
for sure.
But also Allen has a lot of kills.
Two and a half or two.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
of
he has like two.
the
The virus
Yeah,
they were
right.
shooting into them.
But he has
Yeah.
like three kills or so. He has
Yeah,
like
he
a
killed
lot of
Crad
kills.
earlier on, and Lucan flew away.
yeah
Right.
yeah.
He killed him.
Lucan is on fraud watch.
He is on
because-
fraud watch. Big fraud
Lucan
watch.
got his guts got out, and he's still out. He just has big stomach. I don't
No,
think
but
he's on
the
fraud
thing
watch.
is-
Charlie, he's on fraud watch.
For
He's on fraud watch,
Viltrumite,
bro.
seeing your guts is
Yeah,
just
yeah,
like
yeah. Right now there is not
Yeah,
anything anymore.
yeah.
But I think
Battle
that,
Beast is on fraud watch.
Biggest
Because
fraud.
I
I did like his speech though. His speech when he
Yes,
was
you know
like,
what?
"I want to choke on the blood
against
of my
Thrag,
this
I understand
one."
why they should
Yeah,
have
that
made
was
him
a bad
getting
speech.
something
But
against the
that's
Viltrumite.
at this
Yeah.
point, it looks like he's all talk and no
There's
action.
no action, yes.
Because
And I
Battle
don't buy
Beast,
that.
Bro, we've
I don't-
seen Battle
yes,
Beast,
yes, yeah.
and he was like, bring
Me-
me the strongest.
Yeah.
And
He
now-
killed a Viltrumite on his own when he escaped prison. So tell me why he was not able to get. I know his space.
Tula,
I know his space.
bro,
But
Tula-
he beat
But they gave him a jetpack, though.
Season 2
They gave him
Mark
a
was able
jetpack.
to defeat Tula. Season 2 Mark.
Yeah,
They gave him
So-
a jetpack.
So yeah, I get you. He's
Look,
on.
Battle Beast, what we should have seen him do there to show why he's scary is he should be no different some of these people.
Exactly.
Like, because Space Racer can just fire
just 1
one
minute.
and kill them, right? But Battle Beast can actually go toe to toe with you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He has the durability, he has the strength. We should be seeing him rip through some of them.
I
But
think
we didn't see
a
that.
battle we would have
We didn't see
enjoyed
that.
would have been Battle Beast versus Conquest. That would have been
Yes,
a fight
I
for the ages.
100% agree. I 100.
They would have both
that
relived
that
in
would
the
have. I
fight.
think for me that makes it more beautiful than maybe eventually if Battle Beast fights to act.
No
Like
spoilers.
because I'm just assuming. Like let's say I think.
Bro,
But that
people
would
have
be-
seen the pictures, bro. We can't lie. People have seen the
but
pictures.
my point is that it would be sad because Conquest always loves a good fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we know this guy lives for a fight. So
Yeah.
they would have been perfect for each
Would
other.
have been
So I
great.
wish they just held out for that. They should have just changed that one. But that's beside
They
the
did
point. I
that
think
camera work at the end where it seems like maybe Conquest is
Conquest,
still
that was
alive.
good.
but
That was
That
like-
was the greatest
That was
pump
exactly-
fake of
that
all
was a
time.
good. That was very
What?
good. That was
No.
good.
No.
That because everybody was like they've changed some things from the
Yeah.
comments. So we're like, are they going? Is he going to come up? Is he going? We all
That was
expected one
of the
hand,
greatest-
some
Yeah,
hand
to
pump
come
out.
out.
Yes,
Yeah,
but
one
that
of
was
the
good.
greatest.
Now let's move on to final episode. The final episode was a bit calm. I was not mad at it because I think that we've had a lot of fights this season compared to
Yeah.
other seasons, right? So we were satisfied in a way, especially
True.
Swag made us satisfied,
Bro.
right? And so this episode, another Swag.
We didn't even
aura-
talk about his punch where he pulled the fist back, created a
Oh,
vortex.
airbending.
He was airbending,
So he
bro.
pulled
Make
his.
I don't
He
understand.
put his hand so back so
when,
far.
when I
fast.
saw
He created
that,
a vacuum.
when I saw that,
And
I was
then
like,
pulled
what?
the
That
guy.
pulled him in.
I didn't understand. It didn't make sense. Like that was just an exaggeration. Like it didn't make sense to me.
I just explained to you. He put his
He
hand so
pulled it
fast
so
that
fast,
air
man.
molecules couldn't fill in the
Bro,
gap that
bro,
Swag created.
and it
bro.
So he
pulled
pulled
Nolan.
Nolan in. You can't pull your hands that fast. I'm sorry.
Bro.
Are you Twag? Do you have the aura?
I'm
Do you have
sorry.
hairline like that?
You can't.
Do you
You
have
can't.
hair? Please.
Bro, he literally used his hairline to block an attack.
Charlie, the guy. He has
Bro,
his hairline alone has 100 XP.
Living
Charlie.
in Mark's mind rent free.
really, bro. The
Anyway,
guy was
so
sweating.
they showed the
Yeah.
PTSD, which was great.
Yeah.
I think that
It's
it
realistic.
was more of PTSD.
Yeah.
And
Mark,
then
Mark is going through it.
And then
Bro, Mark is going through
Eve
it.
taking out the baby. I think they tried to do that episode, that scene a bit nice. It was
Yeah.
was
Very
heartfelt and emotional.
Yeah.
Mark feeling bad about it,
Mhm.
and then we move on to his flight. You know,
Yeah.
just going around, and he meets Twag Aura farming again. and it's like, let me tell you. Let me tell you how you will live your future or some line like that.
Yeah.
Bro, that was so cool.
You don't have a choice, but you have to make a choice. Something like
so
that.
Let me tell
He's
you
taking
how,
a choice from
let me tell you how you will live your future or something like that.
Yeah.
Such a cool line, man. Like I was telling you that,
But
I'm telling you out of just regard,
thing,
but I don't really care what you choose. What I'm going to do is what I'm going to do.
He's good to
the
do
thing
anyway.
about THRAGG is that he drops Thanos level quotes.
Yes, he's Thanos level. Yes,
his speech,
Yes.
the way he speaks. In faak, the Viltrumites, there's a way they speak.
They have
aura.
Anyway, so that was cool, and then
you have to make a choice.
You have to make a choice, and then Nolan meeting Cecil again.
Bro.
I think that was also a bit. Yeah.
Cecil was annoying me, but I understand, and I get it. I'm not defending Nolan anyway, but and I feel like Cecil was doing that intentionally. He was trying to provoke Nolan to see how Nolan will react.
Actually, but if he decides to, I don't know whether he had his teleporting on. Because
he has it on lock, bro.
He was holding it on lock, bro.
Right.
The minute Nolan moved, he would have pressed.
Say, that's far enough. Like, he should stay over there.
Anyway,
bro.
so that's basically.
Before we move on, shout out to my boy Paul.
Oh, Paul,
Charlie. It's hard to be.
I mean, like, look,
Invincible.
you know that your guy has risk. Like, I'm telling you,
compete, bro.
Nolan has risk because Paul is no longer with Debbie.
If your girl has been with Nolan before, do you think that you have a chance?
You don't have a chance.
You don't have a chance. See the grey hair.
Upon all the spaghetti, bro. Upon all the Paul spaghetti.
I mean, Charlie, that's why you have to be careful about your girl's exes. Because if you see that your girl's ex is something else, just be careful. But anyway, let's pack it up. So I'll just ask you. We go to our ranking system. So we're going to story character. Just give me a rating over 10, right?
Okay.
So story wise, what's your ranking, Shuaib?
Yeah, story wise, I'll give it a 9 out of 10.
9, okay.
Invincible. One of the biggest thing about Invincible is their storytelling. The pacing is good. There is some filler here and there, but it's good filler. That's the thing about Invincible.
Apart from Harem.
Yeah, that was unnecessary.
Quick.
Yeah. The story was good. Pacing was good. Everything was good. Next thing let's
just go to it.
Right, so I'll give it 8.5. It was great. Like, everything is clean, like he said.
Yeah.
The pacing is all clean and everything. And it's a refreshing, like, story to watch because it's basically different from the hero kind of.
Right.
You know, the whole hero, like
5 seconds,
this
bro.
one. Yeah. The whole hero aspect, you know, when you're watching superhero shows, this is a different one because it's more survival than heroism most of the time.
Yeah. But I think I also give it an 8.5, just because of the Titan episode. I think was a bit of a down, and then the Herm episode was a bit of a down. But overall, 8.5 is a very, very good score.
Yeah,
it's almost 9. So we have characters. For Titan, I'll give it like a 9.5. Characters is one, and when a show is good, you know it's because of the characters. Yeah. And so for me, characters are 9. I don't know about you.
Oh, characters, I'll give it an 8.
8. What do you always
I'll give it like an 8.5, which is very high.
Yes, I think it's a 9. Characters are like Nolan is amazing. Invincible is okay. Debbie is amazing.
The chemistry is good.
Conquest is amazing. Swag is amazing. Even Side is amazing. Alan is amazing. There's so
Paul
many
Paul is my guy.
Paul is Paul. Sorry for being a human. And we have the visuals and production. Now, okay, so in new film we categorize as visuals and like audio, right? And so this case we'll have to also do with the voice acting is a whole different.
Is different.
Yeah, so visual. Yeah. So look, if there's any drawback to Invincible, is the animation. And for me, I'm just going to give it like a 4 because as good as the highs were, there were too many lows. Yeah. Especially when it came to dialogue scenes and they're trying. We love it regardless, but the animation is a down. I don't know about
animation
you guys.
is not good. I'll give it a 5. Right, the animation is not there. They can do better.
Yeah, I'll give it a 4, and that's because the week the first 2 episodes came out, that week I was watching the finale of Jujutsu Kaisen.
And so
the beauty my eyes have seen, bro.
Yeah. Even Avatar, the movie we have not watched.
Yeah, we've not watched it.
The new movie we have not watched. But we saw some of the scenes.
My thing about Invincible animation is that the animation is bad when you are watching the show. And it's so obvious that you see. Sometimes you see
the PNG moving. It's so bad. It's so bad.
If you are able to notice, then you are doing something
right.
wrong.
So that's about that's the visual production. Acting. So this is kids' voice acting. I think the voice acting is a 9 for me.
The voice acting is
also
great. One of the best parts of it.
So it's a 9.
I feel like they overspent their budgets. They got some unnecessarily expensive actors for some minor roles, but for the main cast. Was on point, very well
I'll
done.
say voice acting 9, but the sound design for, let's say, Impact, I'll give it a 3.
Yeah.
It's not
Okay,
good.
you're comparing to anime, so of course.
No, I'm not even comparing.
You are
to anime,
by
bro.
default. By
But
default,
one
anime
thing-
is
one
there.
thing-
By
in a sense.
default.
One thing we haven't talked
Charlie.
about is the score. I think for Invincible, the score is
it's
very good.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
songs are good. Like
yeah, they pay a lot of
it's-
money to
it's-
get some of the
yeah,
songs
it's,
in
it
the show,
fits
yeah.
the tone of whatever
Yeah,
is
yeah.
happening.
And
that is done
the
very
page they were
well.
showing it in. Is it the page? Yeah, they were showing it in classical.
Yeah.
The classical, but it was beautiful. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was not
Yeah.
beautiful, but it was beautiful. If you get what I mean.
Charlie.
So that's about. And then we have the general execution. I mean, that one is like a 9.5.
Oh yeah.
Because as an action, you get the
except
action.
power scaling.
Except power scaling.
Yeah,
But
power
you see, the thing
scaling,
is,
yeah.
at the end of the day, right? When you're watching an action film, let me not say
Yeah.
it's not a movie, it's a film, right? An action film, animated film.
Yeah.
You get your action.
Yeah.
You feel
Oh,
feel
yeah,
all
I
the
was
kind of feels.
in-
Yes.
When I
You're
watched
so
episode
hyped.
7, I felt everything I was supposed
Exactly.
to
So
feel.
for the
Yeah.
general execution as an action animated thing, it's just
Yeah.
they make use of the fact that they're using animation so they can get away with a lot of
Exactly.
things. And so for me, that's a
Exactly.
9. I don't know about you, but
Yeah, I'll give it.
Mm,
I'll give it
9.5.
8.
yes,
It's good.
the ending was calm, but I think that it was.
Mm.
But I'll still give it an 8 because I feel like it ushers us in a new era of
Yeah.
Viltrumites on Earth,
Yeah.
and so it's
Okay.
it's acceptable. It's like an 8. It's not every time you should end on a big fight, but
Yeah.
I think that
You
it
don't
was
need to.
acceptable. Yes.
In fact, with all the fights we got, it's good that they ended it
Yeah,
that
it's
way.
calm.
You
And then-
can't take all of
yes.
it.
Yeah.
And
I'll
if you
give
tried
it-
to fight, you would have lost.
Yeah.
You would
Oh
have
yeah.
lost.
Yeah.
Give up.
I
It was
understand
Infinity
why
War.
they ended
Yeah,
it that way.
Yeah,
exactly.
it was Infinity War.
But
Exactly.
also, you can't blame me from the hype and anticipation from the last episode. So it was a bit of, if you compare it, so I'll give it like a 7.5.
Lower
But
expectations.
It was
Charlie.
very good. It was very good. It set up, the future of the series, and
Yeah.
it was interesting to see the Viltrumites living on Earth.
Mm.
You saw
Craig.
Lucan looking like Steve Harvey. You saw Craig being a badass with a motorcycle.
He gets
and-
body already,
Yeah.
bro. He has a
We have
body.
Anissa who's
Yeah.
going to. Never mind. Anyway, so guys, this has been an amazing episode. Look, Invincible is invincible in the
Yeah.
animation world. It's one of the best things to have graced our
Yeah.
screens.
Mm.
I'm
Really
happy. I'm
good.
happy because when I saw the first trailer, right, I was like, should I watch this? I don't watch this, and I watched the first episode. And we all know what happened in the first episode, and it hooked me. And I'm so happy I got into this series. It's amazing. The memes, everything about
Bro,
it is great.
the Invincible fan base,
It's crazy, bro.
they are crazy.
They are
You know,
crazy,
we
yeah.
have Invincible brain rot.
Yeah, of course.
That's
Of course.
crazy.
Yeah, it's a very
The
good
memes are
series.
so
Yeah.
funny, and it's so
I can't wait for it.
It's an experience.
Yeah.
And,
I
Kirkman said he's willing to go up to even nine
nine
seasons. If
which
Amazon-
but I think he should end it. He should just
Yeah.
pick an end.
Yeah.
Pick an end.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah. I'm happy this exists. I'm happy they're doing their best. They should next season they should
Same
just
time next year.
yes, they say that they
Charlie.
say they're actually down with the voice acting, so let's polish up on animation for
Let's
next
hope
season.
this time they listen to us.
Yes, just put in a little bit more effort into the animation. Remove
Yeah.
remove
Shouldn't
the
be
filler
seeing moving
episodes.
pixels.
Yes,
bro.
no moving PNGs. I can do that in Canva. Don't do that. You can do better than that. But like overall, it's good.
Yeah,
it's good.
I can't wait for next year. It's one of the things I look forward to every year now.
If you haven't watched Invincible, you have to watch it
Yeah.
now.
like if you like any
Now.
sci-fi something, if you like the MCU,
Even if you don't watch animation, watch Invincible.
we watch Invincible. It's not for kids. So I don't want to hear it's a cartoon. If you call it a cartoon, well hell, you are end this day. All right, guys. It was
This
such
has
a
been
fun
our
episode.
review
yes,
of-
yes.
Invincible.
Right. So it's been great having you guys. It's been great hosting it for the first time in a long time. But yes, I don't know whether you see me again.
Bro, it's time.
Just for a few, one or two things.
Yeah.
But this has been amazing. Thank you guys for coming. And I'll see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share with friends and family. And I'll see you next time. Bye.
Yeah.